What's good, fam? Kendrick Lamar just snatched that crown off Drake's head and tossed it in the garbage, and the numbers are looking absolutely nasty. We are witnessing the complete breakdown of the OVO Empire right now because Drake's whole identity as the king of the algorithm has been wiped out. On August 7th, 2026, Kendrick's hit Not Like Us hit 2 billion streams on Spotify, making it the fastest rap record in history to reach that mark.
Critics already declaring Kendrick the victor. All eyes are now on Canada's very own to see how or if he's able to pick himself off the mat. And Kendrick put an exclamation on that point, releasing a song titled Not Like Us over the weekend.
Drake used to own that record, but Kendrick didn't just snap it. He turned Drake's own chart strategy against him to bury the boy. It is wild that the man who used to call himself a cheat code for the charts is getting outpaced by a song calling him a predator. His marketing team is completely powerless to stop the bleeding. Even when Drake tries to flood the market, the culture just isn't biting the same way anymore. Back on May 15, 2026, he released that massive triple album set with Iceman, Habibti, and Maid of Honor to show he could still run the game. You could look at the charts and say he is winning because Iceman stayed at #1 for 10 weeks, but we all know that feels like a participation trophy.
All right, because it's Drake. It won't end his career, but you'll know that if he lost, if he just switches up and stops doing so much rap.
The streets aren't bumping those tracks and the clubs aren't moving to them because the whole world is still focused on how Kendrick is dominating. Drake has to drop 3 albums at once just to get a mention, while Kendrick makes history with a single record that has the public in a chokehold. This whole situation proves that Drake doesn't own the charts anymore. He is just renting a room while Kendrick owns the building. If you can't win the war with music, you start trying to buy your way back into the news. Drake is throwing millions at sports bets like he lost his mind. On July 19th, 2026, he took a humiliating loss when he put $1.5 million on Argentina to beat Spain in the World Cup final.
Like still not changing like who he is as a person.
Because he's attacking his integrity. He's saying this dude is like a womanizer to the nth degree. Like he's talking about this dude has a sex addiction.
He was chasing a $5.175 million payout, but Spain won it 1-0 in extra time after Ferran Torres scored. That $1.5 million just disappeared, and the Drake curse has moved from being a funny meme to being a serious financial problem. Fans and athletes see him as bad luck now, and his gambling habits are starting to look like pure desperation. He lost another $1 million earlier this year, betting on Conor McGregor against Max Holloway, and it feels like he is trying to buy clout. It's clear the music isn't doing the heavy lifting for him anymore. That desperation is moving from the betting apps to the courtroom, and this is where things get really sad for the boy. On August 11, 2026, Drake decided to double down on a legal fight that everyone thought was over.
They're not like, I'm attacking everything about your actual character.
Bro, Kendrick is turning the knife.
Kendrick is like dark about it.
He's calling him Harvey Weinstein and shit. Like he's accusing.
His team filed a 60-page appeal to revive that defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group that a judge threw out in October of 2025. He is trying to argue that the certified pedophile line in the song is a false statement of fact instead of just being protected artistic expression. Most legal experts see this as a total Hail Mary because he can't win in the studio, so he is asking a judge to save his reputation. It is a weak move for someone who calls himself the biggest boss to run to the courts because a diss track hurt his feelings. Things are getting even worse for the OVO camp as the legal problems start piling up from every side.
Yeah, I think Kendrick is destroying, this is what it is. Drake is beefing Kendrick the rapper. Kendrick is destroying Drake the person.
Yeah, for real.
While he tries to sue Kendrick's label, he is also fighting a class action lawsuit from December 31st, 2025. That suit claims Drake used money from his state gambling deal to fake his streaming numbers and boost his stats. If those claims are true, it means the massive streaming success he always bragged about was actually built on a pile of lies. That would explain why Kendrick was able to smash his record so fast, because Kendrick has real fans while Drake might just have servers in a basement. The whole machine is falling apart, and watching him try to sue his way back into being relevant is the final sign that the Drake era is over.
Critics already declaring Kendrick the victor. All eyes are now on Canada's very own to see how or if he's able to pick himself off the mat.
The rap feud between Drake and Kendrick Lamar is again dominating the internet. The beef between the two had been fairly dormant for the past several years, but it's heated up again.
Just when you thought the court losses and that massive gambling debt were the bottom, August 8th of 2026 turned the whole OVO brand into a worldwide punchline. Drake decided to show up on a kick dating show called 20 vs. 1. and the footage is so embarrassing that even his Day One fans are closing their eyes. He sat there across from a streamer named Pink Shoe, and the second she told him to bark for her, he actually did it without stopping to think. Thousands of people watched him bark on command for a stranger, and by August 10th, the internet had already turned that audio into a weapon to finish him off. People started layering his barking over the beat for Not Like Us, and that was the moment his cultural eviction became permanent.
Which one do you want to just like punch? Like you could just punch one?
I always thought Drake was a...
You cannot talk about mob ties and power when you are acting like a pet for a streamer just to get some engagement from teenagers. Before we move on and see how the king of the charts turned into a digital jester for the whole world to mock, tell me what y'all think. Is barking on command for a streamer the most embarrassing move in rap history? Tell me in the comments. No cap. While you at it, like and subscribe. Let's continue. This whole situation shows exactly how the world sees him now, because he went from being the king everyone copied to the clown everyone mocks. He is clearly panicking because the floor is falling out from under him, and he is willing to be humiliated just to stay in the conversation with a younger crowd. That boss persona he spent 10 years building has vanished, and now we just have a digital jester getting trolled by his own rival's music. When the world is using your own voice to remix a track that destroys your character, the disrespect has reached a level you cannot recover from. He is chasing a group of kids who do not care about his history, and he is losing the older fans who actually respected the music he used to make. Looking at the last 30 days, the situation for the OVO camp is darker than it has ever been since the label started. Between blowing $1.5 million on a soccer bet and filing a 60-page legal brief that reeks of desperation, he is losing every battle he starts.
Yeah, I think Kendrick is destroying. This is what it is. Drake is beefing Kendrick the rapper. Kendrick is destroying Drake the person.
Yeah, for real.
Even with his album Iceman sitting at #1, the win feels empty because Kendrick is breaking the records that actually matter to the culture. 2 billion streams on a song that dismantled his reputation proves the world has moved into a new era where Drake is no longer the standard. Drake still has fans who will buy his music, but he lost the ability to lead the conversation or define what is actually cool in the streets. That class action lawsuit about Stake and his allegedly fake streaming numbers might be the biggest threat to his legacy so far. If a court proves his records were bought through gambling deals and bot farms, his entire claim to the throne disappears in a second. Kendrick has 2 billion organic streams from people who actually love the music, while Drake has numbers that are sitting under a microscope of suspicion. Having Iceman at the top of the charts for 10 weeks shows he has listeners, but it does not mean he has the heart of the hip-hop community. Kendrick proved that a better pen and the truth can take down a massive corporate machine, and that is a lesson Drake is learning the hard way every single day. The end of this era is not going to be a sudden crash, but it is definitely a slow fade into irrelevance as the world finds new leaders to follow.
And now for you to come back and be the first solo hip-hop artist to headline, how does it feel being the artist to hit that milestone, and just your thoughts on what that means about hip-hop's progression and impact over the years?
Kendrick Lamar is the new standard for a rap superstar in 2026, and he got there by being real instead of trying to manipulate the algorithm. Drake will always have his money and his old hits, but he might never feel untouchable or respected as the top dog again. He is fighting for his life in courtrooms and on weird kick streams, while Kendrick lets the music speak for itself. The war for the soul of the genre is finished, and it is becoming obvious to everyone who actually walked away with the win. I need you to tell me if Drake has officially become the jester of the rap game. Tell me if there is any way a legal win can salvage his reputation. I want to know if that barking clip was just some harmless joke, or if it really was the final nail in the coffin for his boss persona. Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell me if I am seeing this clearly, or if you think the boy actually has a path to a comeback. While you are down there, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you stay in the loop for the next breakdown of this situation. We are going to stay on top of these legal appeals and the fallout from the streaming records as the numbers continue to develop. Make sure you share your take in the comments because I want to know where you stand on this. No cap.